Whatever was relevant in your questions, they would encourage you. But whichever they felt that it was irrelevant, they would always discourage. So anybody goes with a problem to the owl, it solves it. He was called Stinky Skunk. That stinky smell was their only identity. She questions back to the father. Hello students and welcome to Prep School English classes. Today's topic, Chapter 5 from your Vistas textbook, Should Wizard Hit Mommy? As children, if you remember, you are very fascinated over listening to story or narrating a story, isn't it? The members in your family, the adults, your mom and dad, could be your grandparents or aunt and uncle, they would narrate a lot of stories for you, especially to put you to bed. They were called as bedtime stories. It could have been narrated from a storybook, it could be a fable picked up from somewhere, or sometimes they would use their own ideas and make up a story for you. And you as little children would wait to listen to that and believed in whatever they were telling you all, yes or no. And you would be very happy, you would be very excited, and you would start to live in the way you have listened to the story. So, why did your parents, why did they tell you the story? What was the reason behind telling a story? Yes, of course, they wanted you to go to bed, one. They wanted you to learn the moral values of life. They wanted you to learn the ethics of life, and they wanted you to live, to know the practicality of whatever you hear or whatever you see. So as little children, you believed in whatever you had listened in the story, you enjoyed, and there was a lot of excitement in you, isn't it? But as you grew older, there was logic behind every story. You started to think beyond what you would listen. You started to reason it out. You started to be on a questioning mode. You started to be very authoritative, and you wanted the story to be in the way you think that the story has to be. There was no more where you would believe in whatever had been told to you. What did your parents do then? Whatever was relevant in your questions, they would encourage you. But whichever they felt that it was irrelevant, they would always discourage. So, this is a story about a father and a daughter in a similar situation. So, let's see what is the story Should Wizard Hit Mommy all about. So, what is that I will be discussing in today's session? I will be telling you all about who is the author, what is the title and the theme, what are the significance, moral, who are the characters, what is the summary, what are the questions that you can expect, and how does the story conclude, what is the message that you would get out of this story. So moving forward, let's look at who is the author of the story Should Wizard Hit Mommy? The author, John Updike. He was an American novelist. He was an American novelist, a poet, and also a short story writer. He was a novelist, poet, and a short story writer too. He was also an art critic. So, what does he tell us in the story? He leaves the reader at the end to decide on themselves what are the moral issues raised in the story. I told you the story is between a father and the daughter where they were attached together by narrating stories to each other. I told you the story is about the father and the daughter. It's about the father telling a story to the daughter since she was a child, and how the child starts questioning back to the father. So, the poet here leaves it to us to decide what did we learn out of it? How do we solve the moral issue raised in the story? So moving forward, let's look at the overview of the lesson. So what is the story about? It is about parenting, bringing up children. It's about a father being a storyteller to the daughter. So the story is about parenting, bringing up children, father reciting story to his daughter almost every day during the bedtime. He would tell the fables to his little daughter, being a loving father. So that being the story, let's see what is the central idea. The whole idea about it is, there is a moral issue which is raised in the story. There is an issue which is raised in the story. So how do we address a moral issue? That is the central idea. Moving forward to the theme. The theme is parents' decision versus children's decision. You need to understand that every time, even with you, you would have had an experience that your decisions are completely different from your parents. And then there is always a controversy. So, the parents' decision versus the children's decision is a general theme of the lesson, Should Wizard Hit Mommy? So that being the story, the central idea and the theme, let's look at what does the message the story gives us. So the message here also tells us about the children's innocence mind and the adult's authority over it. Moving forward, what is the moral? The moral of the story is adult or children. Reasoning to understand what one sees is very important. If you see something, it is not good to believe without reasoning what is that thing and what is that there for you to understand. So remember that whenever you see an object or a thing or anything new happening in your life, try to understand, try to reason it out and understand. So an adult or a children reasoning to understand what one sees is the moral of the story. Moving forward, let's see what is the conclusion. What do we learn out of this story? We learn about the moral dilemma, the moral values, the moral dilemma that the parents face when a child or when children start growing up and think independently. So the conclusion of the lesson is, there is a moral dilemma, there is a moral issue what the parents face when the children grow up, when they grow up and they think independently. So that being the message, moral and the conclusion. So moving forward, let's understand who are the characters of the story, Should Wizard Hit Mommy? I've always told you all that every story has got characters in it, and that becomes important because you can expect questions on the character sketch. So who are the characters in the lesson? First one being Jack. He is the main character. He is the protagonist of the story, that is Jack. Followed by his wife, that is Claire. So Claire is Jack's wife. She doesn't have much to do in the story, but you need to know that she is Jack's wife. She is a mother of 2 children, a son and a daughter. So she is a mother of 2 children and also she is 6 months pregnant. So that's about Claire. Moving forward, you see the main character, that is Jo. So Jo is the main character. She is the daughter of Jack and Claire and she is around 4 years of old in this story. The next one is their son, Bobby. He is just 2 years old. He doesn't have much role in the story, but you just need to know that Bobby is their son and is 2 years old. The last one you will see 2 imaginary characters. You have to imagine these 2 characters. One is the owl. You already know owl is a bird. And the other one is the wizard. So when I tell you wizard, it means a man or a woman who has magical power. Remember, a wizard is someone which has magical power. So these being the characters, Jack, Claire, Joe, Bobby, and the Wizard and the Owl. Let's move forward to understand a little more details about these characters. The first one being Jack. He is the father of that family. Now, he is a very responsible man and he is a loving father too. So, what is that you need to know about him? He is a protagonist of the story. He is the main hero of the story and is a married young man living with his wife who is pregnant. So, he is the father of, I have already told you all, he is the father of 2 children. One is a daughter of 4 years and she is Joe, and Bobby, his son, who is just 2 years old. He is being a very responsible man for the family, okay? And he is very talented. He's a talented storyteller and that is his passion also. And he has new ideas every time he tells a story. So he is a loving father. So lastly, he takes pride to have fresh ideas in every story. So this being a little more detail about the character of Jack, let's move forward to understand his wife Claire. Now Claire has got nothing much in the story actually. She is totally unseen throughout. She only comes in the end. Okay, so she's being quite a silent character here. Claire is the wife of Jack. Now what is it about her? She is the wife of Jack. She is the mother of 2 kids and I told you she is 6 months pregnant and unseen till the final moment of the story, but she takes care of the home. What is her responsibility? She takes care of her home. Anyway, none of these points might be that important when it comes to Claire, but you need to just understand that she is present in the story as the mother of Joe and the wife of Jack. Moving forward, very interesting, very loving to see this little girl. She is Joe, okay? How old is she? I told you she is 4 years old. She's very smart in her thinking. She's very pampered. I mean, she's not shouted at or anything like that. She's loved by her parents, especially her father, and then she's a very sensitive kid. Okay, so when I say she's loved by her father, she's the first child, first daughter for her father. So definitely he will give all her love, and that's how he got attached to her, putting her to bed every day. So this is about Joe. Understand that she is smart, pampered, loved, and a very sensitive child. Moving forward, more detail about her. What did I tell you? She is 4 years old. She is a growing girl and she contradicts things that her parents tell her. She's so smart that she questions or she asks back for justification whenever she has a doubt in what she sees or she hears. Now she loves her bedtime stories. She just likes it, that bedtime stories, and that brings her a lot of warmth with her father also. And she always exercises her opinions. Of course, not when she was too very small. She exercises her opinions means what does she feel about the story? She speaks out. She voices out her opinion. And also remember that she has been in a practice of listening to stories since she was very small, probably 2 years or before that. So that is about Joe. Moving to the next character, it is Bobby. So who's Bobby? Bobby is the little son of Jack. How old is he? He is 2 years. Remember, it does not have any role to do in the lesson, but when you're writing who are the characters in the lesson, you have to include Bobby, the little son to Jack. Next one is the most important character is the owl. So you get to see the owl as an imagery character. So what is that you need to know about the owls? The owls is a wise creature. Now, he is there or it is there to solve everybody's problem. So anybody goes with a problem to the owl, it solves it, it guides it. So he hears the pathetic problem of everyone and further it helps them or it guides them what has to be done next. So he gives advices to solve it. So next, last character and the most important character is the wizard. What did I tell you all about the wizard? Wizard is a man or a woman who's got magical power, and they're always uses a magical wand. So the wizard here is a man with a magical power. Is very popular in stories and legends. If you reconnect or if you look back on the fables and the stories that you have listened or you have heard, you have always seen a wizard in most of the stories, isn't it? So he's very popular. So what is he good at? He is good at making what is impossible possible. So he uses a wand too. So that's about the wizard. So I've spoken to you about all the characters: Jack, Claire, their little daughter Jo, and son Bobby, and then the most important, wizard and the owl. With this, let's move forward to understand what are the words in context. That means few of the words which you are not familiar with. When I talk about words in context, I have always told you all that while you read the textbook, you get to see few unfamiliar words. But you shouldn't be neglecting them. You shouldn't skip them without understanding and move forward. What is that I have told you all? You should always relate the word to the context and get to understand and then go to the next line. That way, you will understand whatever you are reading better. So, you will see a lot of unfamiliar word, or you might not see an unfamiliar word at all. There are few which I have picked up from this lesson for you. Of course, I will not go in detail to explain, but have a look at that. First one being rapt, means completely fascinated. The next one, skitter, move lightly and quickly. Skittered is moving lightly and quickly. Futile is pointless. Scrunching, you make a loud crunching noise, that is scrunching. Zest means great enthusiasm. Zest is a great enthusiasm. Woodland, it's a land covered with trees. And creek means small river. These being few, let's look at some more. Curtly, abrupt in manner. Relapse, return to worse state. Roomy means watery. Rummaged, search unsystematically. Rumbled, make a continuous deep sound. You're making a continuous deep sound, that is rumbled. Gingerly, cautious manner. And lastly, heave, produce a sigh, that is heave. So these are few of the words. Please have a look at them. So these were few of the unfamiliar words, the words in context from your lesson that I have put it up here. Moving forward, let's understand what is the summary of the lesson. You already know what is the title, the theme, conclusion, moral, who are the characters, and a little bit about what is the story all about. But in detail, should wizard hit mommy? When I say mommy, it is none other than mother. And wizard, what did I tell you all? Wizard, a man or a woman with magical power. So the title says, will wizard or should wizard hit mommy? That's not very nice, isn't it? None of us want a mother to be hit. Yes or no? So what's the story all about? I have divided or I have subtitled your story under these headings. I'll be telling you all about a short introduction followed by what was a Jack's Saturday routine. That's an important thing for you to know. Jack is a protagonist, and then how does he tell the story to the daughter? What kind of story does he tell? And Joe's protest. Joe is the daughter. Why does she protest listening to Jack, listening to the father's story, and then why is Jack in confusion? What made him to be in such a confused state? Why is he so disturbed? And how does the lesson end? So, with your introduction followed by bit to bit to understand the story, let me start with a summary now. Before that, this lesson is completely with conversation. I have brought it like a synopsis and I'm just telling you what is the story all about. It's important that you need to read the whole lesson. You will get to see a lot of fun, lot of conversation, lot of discussion which happens that will make it more interesting. In today's session, you'll only get to know what is the story about Should Wizard Hit Mommy? So to start with, let me give you an introduction. It's about storytelling. The whole story revolves around the father telling the daughter stories. It could be fables, it could be stories from the storybook, or most of the time it is his own story out of his own idea. So the story revolves around the father and the daughter. The passion of storytelling has got a deep attachment. They have been attached to each other. So there's a deep attachment between the two. Who are the two? Father and the daughter. Now the story sums up in the daughter asking for justification. So this particular story, what the father is trying to tell his 4-year-old daughter during bedtime to make her to sleep, how does it end? It ends up with a justification. The daughter is asking for justification for the story what the father has said. Moving forward, bedtime story. Now, how did this storytelling ever start? Ever since the child, Joe, was very small, probably 2 years old, the father always put her to bed by reading out or telling a story. So, it was a Saturday routine. Every Saturday, it could be in the afternoon naps or at night, the father would tell a story. Why? To make the daughter sleep. Now, this practice was there since she was 2 years. Since she was a small kid, the father had practiced that. That practice was there with the child. She would not go to bed without listening to a story. Now, was it the story same every time? Yes, the story was same, but the plot was different, the characters was different. Okay, it slightly had little changes. So, it was a similar kind of story that you would tell, but the plot was always changed. Now, the story had creatures as main characters. There were few creatures as main characters, and the creatures were called as Roger. What was the creature called? They were called as Roger. So what kind of creature is Roger? He could be a squirrel. It's a squirrel, but the father names him as Roger Squirrel. Or it could be a fish, but the father names it as Roger Fish. Moving forward, it could be skunk. Now here, the father names it as Roger Skunk. And another one as chipmunk. He names it as Roger Chipmunk. So every story, the plot is the same, but the creatures are different. Okay. So how does he name the creature for the little one to understand? He has always named them as Roger. So it could be Roger Squirrel, Roger Fish, Roger Skunk, or Roger Chipmunk. Okay, so now that you know what is Roger, let's see what is the usual plot of the story. The usual plot of the story goes like this. The creature had a problem in the story. The creature had a problem in the story. To solve the problem, he would go to the owl. The creature had a problem. To solve the problem, the creature would go to the owl. Now the owl, what did the owl do? He was very wise, he was very smart. He would listen to all the problems and ask the creature to go to the wizard. The owl would say, go to the wizard. Now what will the wizard say? The wizard will play with his magic wand and perform some magic. and then see that the creature is satisfied and the problem is solved. After that, he charges some money also. So this is the usual plot of the story. He talks about Roger, a creature who is into problem. To solve the problem, it goes to the owl. The owl is smart and wise, listens and helps the creature to go to the wizard. The wizard does all kind of magic and tries and makes the creature believe that the problem is solved and charges some money. So this was the usual plot, but what happens to Roger after meeting the wizard? Yes, his problem was solved, but he wouldn't have money to pay the wizard. So he wouldn't have enough money, and what would the wizard say? Wizard will guide him. You go there and you get money for me. So he would go and get the extra money. Then Roger would return home from the office. So here office is related to the child, like father goes to the office, solve some problem and come back. So Roger would return from the office. They all family members would sit happily in the dining and then they would have the supper. This was the usual plot in all the stories that Jack told the daughter. So what is so special about the plot in your lesson? Let's look at it. It was about Roger Skunk. It was about Roger Skunk. You have heard about this animal, isn't it? If you get to know about this animal, it's as big as a bandicoot or a big rat or a mice, but it carries a very horrible smell. The smell is something related to a sulphurous smell which one cannot take it. We can't take that smell. So the story is about this cute little thing, but he stinks. So his name, he has kept it as Roger Skunk. Okay, so what is about Roger Skunk? It was a new Saturday. So the Saturday has come. It could be an afternoon nap or it could be a night bedtime. Jack had to tell a story. A new animal was plotted. That was Roger Skunk. Now it had a problem. What was the problem of this new creature? That nobody played with this animal. Nobody played with this creature. Why? That's because he had a stinky smell. So he would smell. That is why he was called Stinky Skunk. Okay? He was called Stinky Skunk. So this brought lot of things into the child's mind. She is very upset. Oh my God, he does not have friends to play. What will we do? See, what happens is the children try to think at their level. Okay, the father is trying to say something else, but what runs in the mind of the little one? She feels that he is neglected. He's hurt, he's going to cry, he doesn't have friends. Everybody are teasing him because he's smelling and he's nicknamed like Stinky Skunk. So that disturbs the little daughter. So moving forward, what happens? Skunk, Roger Skunk, I told you now he has a problem. So he is sent to the wise owl. What happens there? Skunk goes to the owl. The owl listens to all the problem and guides him and suggests him, hey listen, you go to the wizard, he will help you out. I will talk to the wizard, you go to him, whatever problems you have, he's going to help you. So the skunk, Roger Skunk, goes to meet the wizard. So there the wizard chanted some magic mantra using the wand and all the problem of Roger Skunk was solved. What was the problem? Skunk did not want that smell in his body. He did not want to be a rejected group in this peer mates, isn't it? He did not want to be a rejected piece among his peer mates. So he was very upset. He was very disturbed. So because of that, he went to the wizard and tells him that I have a problem. I smell, I stink. Can you please take away my smell and give me a nice new kind of fragrance to my body? Oh yeah, the wizard was very, very happy to solve his problem. So he did a lot of things. You can read it in the textbook. And with all his mantra, he changed to what? The wizard asked the skunk, "What is that smell you love to have?" And the skunk said, "I like to smell like rose. I like that fragrance." So with this mantra, he changed. The stinky skunk was now smelling of good fragrance of rose. He became very, very happy. He became very excited and he runs back home. He goes around, he jumps. There are a lot of things, please read in your textbook. So what was it about wizard? I told you wizard is a man or a woman who has a magical power and who always has a magical wand. So what did the wizard do? The wizard asks for payment. Skunk was short of money and wizard showed him the way and asked him to bring few pennies. And then he got the money and Roger did the same and went back home. So he went back home in happiness. So what happens back at home? The mother of Roger's skunk is very upset. She notices there is a difference in her child. She gets that new smell which is not okay. She says, "What is this? What happened? What is that I smell? Why do you smell so differently?" And then, so little skunk tells the mother with so much of happiness, so much of excitement, "Mama, I'm no more a stinky little creature. I smell good. Smell me. Everybody will accept me now. I will have a lot of friends. I will get to meet. I will get to play with new people." That is what skunk had to tell. But the mother was just not okay. Why do you think the mother was not okay? Because that stinky smell was their only identity. That was the only identity for their breed, for the community. Now she cannot get that away. She is very upset. She is very disturbed. It doesn't matter for her however they are, but they adore the way they are. They adore the way they smell. So that identity she was not prepared to lose. She was not prepared for a child that the identity of that stinky smell will go. So what does she do? She carries him and goes back to the wizard. She meets the wizard. She's completely shattered and angry. So she goes back to the wizard and then argues on the issue. She said, "How could you do it? How did you do it at all? No, I want our original smell to come back. I want the same smell. It could be stinky for you, but that is our identity. Please get it back to my child." So she argues, and then after a long conversation, the wizard changes to the original smell and the mother is happy, and because the mother is happy, the child is also okay. So what happened here? It did not go well with Jo because she was very, very unhappy that Roger Skunk did not have any friends. That was the issue. So she was very happy that the wizard made him smell like a rose, and now Roger Skunk did have lots of friends. So further, let's look at this. Jo, 4 years old, became very unhappy about the story. She questions back to the father. What does she say? No, I don't want the story to end like this. I want the story to end in a different way. So what was it with Jo? She was very upset and she protested. So what was her protest? Her point was that other children wouldn't play with Skunk due to the previous smell. She was very upset about this fact that Skunk could be left with no friends. Skunk could feel very miserable if he is left out without joining others to play. That was a main issue. So she wanted Wizard to hit the mother of Skunk. She wanted Wizard to hit the mother of Skunk. This did not go well with Jack because very soon his little daughter will also turn out to be a woman. And at this age, if she thinks that somebody has to hit her mother, that was not the moral value that he had to teach her in the lesson. He was trying to tell her that identity of every individual was important. But she is not in a position for that age to understand what was identity. For her then, it was only friends, it was only play, and it was only that how that Roger Skunk was feeling miserable about not having friends to play. So what was the protest? Her main thing was Jack, her father, had to change the conclusion of the story. The story has to conclude by the wizard hitting the mother. So what happens next? The father gets impatient. Now, how much ever he's trying to tell her, make her understand, she was not getting convinced. So he was impatient. Naturally, how long can he drag the story? How long can he wait for his daughter to go to bed? He had other work also. So why was he impatient? He was impatient because though he tries to convince the daughter, she was not trying to get convinced. He tells her that Skunk's mother was right. He tells us that whatever Skunk's mother has done, it was right. But the daughter would not listen. He says that the smell was their identity. The identity of that creature was the smell itself. So nobody can change one's identity is what he's trying to tell the daughter. But the daughter is in no position to listen. He wants to end the story that way. He wants to somehow end the story and not do any changes as per the demand of the daughter. That way, he knew that he is teaching wrong things to the daughter. The moral value of the story will not be there. So that is why he was getting very impatient and a kind of, restless. So what happens next? Jo exercises her opinion. She becomes very argumentative. She asks questions. She says that there is logic behind what she says. She says that she is right. She does not want the little Shunk to be disturbed. And then she needs justification. Why does the mother of Shunk be so authoritative in taking decisions? Why can't Shunk have his own decision? That was her opinion. She needed justification for that. So, she is being right in asking, in questioning, in reasoning, and asking for justification. So, what happens? Jo becomes very, very rigid. She kept up to her father for the end of the story as per her own view. She did not want to change her view. Her question was very clear, straight to the father. Change the plot of the story. Mother of Skunk cannot take a decision for Skunk. Skunk has to have his own decision. Papa, change the story. That was a view. That was what she was expecting. She wanted her father to change the ending. Wanted Wizard to hit Roger Skunk's mother. She wanted Wizard to hit the Roger Skunk's mother. Look at this. She was not bothered about what is it about the mother. That was very disturbing for Jack. It's obvious, isn't it? Children can't think of hitting a mother, yes or no? So that was disturbing for the father. Jo was not sleeping at all, but her questioning for justification continued. So there's a long thing in the lesson in the story. Please read it. What happens further? Jack was in an ugly position. Now, how long can Jack sit in the bedside trying to convince, trying to be polite, not to shout at her? Though he had a lot of things after she goes to bed, he has his own work too. So he was in an ugly position. He wanted the daughter to sleep, but she did not. That was one. Second one, downstairs. Downstairs in his house, his wife was doing some work. She was actually painting the furniture, plus she was pregnant. So Jack wanted to go down and help Claire. He wanted to help her, which he was not able to do. So what happens now? There is a moral issue. There is a moral issue for you and me as readers. how to conclude this story. Joe's questioning was very difficult to answer. Remember, Jack did not want to change the plot because he felt that he will be wrong if he changes the plot to end up with the wizard hitting the mommy. So he did not want to change, and it was very difficult to answer to his daughter. He did not know what to do, what has to be done. He did not know. He wanted her to understand the importance of identity. What is that he wanted to understand? The importance of one's own identity. He had to ask her to sleep and then leave. So what did he finally do? He just pampered her lovingly. He said, go to bed, I will get back, and he had to leave the room. So the story ends like this. It raises a moral issue for you and me. How are we going to tackle this when something comes across this way? Can we move out of the ethics? Can we move out of the moral values? Will we change our own identity for someone else's satisfaction? What are we going to do? Will we change ourselves for someone else? What are we going to do in a situation like this? So, there is a moral issue that raises. There is an issue put to you and me as readers. What are we going to do? So, it concludes this way. Raises moral issues related to different maturity level. The maturity level of the father and the daughter is far apart. Okay, so thus raises a moral issue. We get to see a contrast between a child and an adult in their perspective life. So this is the conclusion of the story. Yes, it is important that you read the textbook lesson because there's a lot of conversation between the father and the daughter, and it will surely interest you. So after watching today's class, please open your textbook and read. Moving forward, it's important you know the questions that are expected from this lesson. By now, you're very familiar with the type 1 questions, that is the short answer questions, which is for 2 marks. The first question, what is the common plot of Jack's story? I'm sure you can answer. Roger Skunk's problem and how it was solved. What was Roger Skunk's problem and how was his problem solved? Who solved the problem? Who guided Roger Skunk? Next, Roger Skunk's mother was very upset. She was very angry and she did hit the wizard. Why did she hit the wizard on its head? Now Joe wants the wizard to hit the mother. And lastly, Joe was irritated. Joe was irritated with her father Jack, and also Jack was irritated with his daughter. Why is it? What are the moral issues? There are few moral issues that raises. Moving to the long answers, which are for 6 marks. Impression of Jack as a father. What was the impression of Jack as a father? How does Joe want the story to end? And why did she want the story to end according to her view? Jack caught in an ugly middle position. Justify this. What was the ugly position that Jack was caught? Why adults' perspective on life is different from that of the child? So why is the adult's perspective on the life different from that of the child's? Jack intervenes his own childhood. Okay, you get to see Jack recollects his own childhood as you read the text. You'll get to see that. So these are few of your long answer. Now that you know the summary of the lesson and everything related to the lesson, children, please read the lesson from the textbook. It is important and I keep repeating this. You'll remember during your examination, oh yeah, why Kushi ma'am asked us to read the lesson again and again. It is important. That's it for today. To conclude, I wouldn't want to go away without wishing you. Today being a festival day, it is Gauri Ganesh. Here's wishing you happy Ganesh Chaturthi from all of us at Prep School. Convey our best wishes to everyone at home. Have a blessed festival, have a lovely day, but stay safe. Remember, children's curiosity must be accepted. You can convey this message to all your elders too. So, dear children, see you in my next session on Jennifer's Tigers. Until then, all smiles to you. Bye-bye.